Prevent was established last year to encourage local and national bodies to work together to prevent violent extremism. The community project it has helped fund promote interfaith interaction and have so far reached over 40,000 people across the UK. Today, the Home Secretary was speaking on the successes of the past year, but also the challenges that still lie ahead. Britain currently faces a severe threat of terrorist attack, something thrown into sharp focus by recent attacks on Mumbai, which Ms Smith condemned.
There are extremists out there who suggest that these attacks can somehow be justified by some twisted interpretation of Islam. They can't. Indeed, many of the victims of those attacks were themselves Muslim. And that's why so many groups around the world have utterly condemned those terrorist attacks. Influential bodies in both India and Pakistan, influential religious bodies, have this year proclaimed suicide bombing to be forbidden by Islam. Former high-profile terrorist suspects have denounced the use of violence. And here in the UK, the Hindu Forum of Britain, the British Muslim Forum, the Muslim Council of Britain have all come out to condemn the terrorist atrocities in Mumbai, to name just three from a long list.
She urged local communities to address the ideology of extremists and called for extra vigilance at all levels.
So it's clear that violent extremists do not truly represent any religion or community. They are simply criminals and terrorists. It's also clear that we're facing a rapidly evolving terror threat that spans the globe, as well as being relevant at a local and a national level, as Charles has identified. And as such, we all have a duty to be even more prepared, even more vigilant, even more determined than ever before to prevent further terrorist attacks taking place, no matter where that threat arises.
Something the Secretary of State for Communities and Local Government fully supports.
I do think it's important to get a stronger link between the local work we do and the international aspects of this agenda. In the era of globalisation, what happens in Islamabad or Mogadishu can make a difference on the streets of London. And this summer, I visited Pakistan, India and Bangladesh. It opened my eyes to the historical heritage and the influences on communities here. And I think local projects stand a much better chance of success where they take account of that background of their home communities. And I want to see local authorities again sharing good ideas, how to reach out and work with different communities, whether that's people from Somalia, Nigeria, Iran, the range of different countries that we now have involved.
Ms Smith pledged extra funding for local projects to help provide more long-term solutions to prevent violent extremism.
Prevent is still a relatively new strategic programme, and I think the successes that we've seen to date show that it's effective. But as always, there is more to do. And I'm determined to make sure that we continue to support your efforts. And to that end, I'm delighted to announce that we've just granted a further £5.8 million to Prevent. That funding comes in addition to the £12.5 million we announced in June this year. And the extra money will be used at a local level to fund a wide range of projects to disrupt radicalisers, to strengthen institutions and to support vulnerable individuals.
This, in addition to another £8.8 million, will help support the UK as an inclusive democracy.